There is a new video that hit the timeline where people are highlighting how amazing it is, and the AI generated a new segment of Arcane that I didn't know, Arcane had Arcane 3 coming out already. But let's take a look because it's most definitely really interesting. This is the post in question, posted by a user named Nachos2D, whose bio reads visual experiments with AI. And they title this is a $300 million animation starring some of the strongest protagonists ever created. Yes, M dash. This was made 100% by artificial intelligence in less than 1 day. Highlighting, everything is so smooth, there's no errors, we're witnessing a massive shift on how content is created on the internet. This is only the beginning, follow for more. Let's take a look at this. Now, I can't play you like all of the audio due to the fact that like the song Warriors is in the background the whole time, which is copyrighted as hell. This is Arcane. So if you guys don't know Arcane, Arcane is League of Legends and Riot Games video series that was on Netflix. It's Arcane Season 1 and Arcane Season 2, and it's made by Fortiche, which is a French animation studio. So Jinx is one of the main characters in Arcane. Now listen to this.
Jink.
Vi, who is Jinx's sister, calls her Jink, not Jinx, which is so funny because the AI can't even get the name correct. It's just so odd. So now also look in the background, right? The more you watch it, the weirder it gets. We have Vi, this person, right? Jinx turns around to face Vi, and then all of a sudden Vi's now in the background with Caitlyn and with Seraphine. Mind you, Seraphine is not even in Arcane. Yes, she is a champion in the game. She's not featured in the animated series as of yet. I don't know if she ever will be featured in it. So it's not even featuring the correct characters. And we also again have the facial inconsistencies. At the start, Jinx has this like thing under her eye. Now it's gone. And then this random person appears, which I literally was like, who the hell is this? I was like, is this Jinx, but like blonde? No, this actually is a character called Lux, who conveniently somehow has a League skin every single time they release a skin for the most part. So they're all running with Seraphine conveniently gliding on her little space stage behind them, like a little NPC in the back, which is so funny. She gets hit, I guess, and is put in a golden box. Now again, this is odd, because if this was based off League of Legends and Arcane, Lux as a champion has a couple of abilities, and one of them is putting you in a binding, but it doesn't look like a box though. It's like cylindrical. It's again weird. So she then like knocks everyone back. And then look at Lux now. Her face is now completely different again. This is what we're wasting like a buttload of water for, by the way. So she drops. Her face is different again, right? So Arcade has a very specific art style. And I'm just pointing like, this is so Disney all of a sudden. Arcane's art style is very heavy on the facial planes, very heavy on the facial lines. And then I just want to show you like what's happening. What is happening here? And look at Jinx's face. She now has a star in her face. And for some reason, Caitlyn becomes Tracer from Overwatch with a time warp in her chest, and everyone's just dead for no reason. So some people in the comments are really hyping this up, being, wow, it's insanely well made. Another person says, this looks amazing. I can't wait to get my hands on it. And other people are kind of like, how can you watch it and say it looks good? Another user says, this is clearly not 100% AI. There is non-AI music referencing the song Warriors in the background, clear editing that was done by hand, and even then it looks icky. And another user says, yeah, shot composition is horrible, plus the actors completely disappear from the shot. And you're telling me the AI can't even say Jinx? It said Jink. Nice waste of time. And another person said, $300 million, LOL. But first, every character in the slop you made had to be created by Riot. The characters had to be voiced by real people first. Then you come and rip it and claim, quote, this was made from scratch, end quote. Shut up. Your slop is worthless. Like, that's the thing, right? All of this is ripped off of existing IP, existing animations handmade by Fortiche themselves. Like, none of this would exist if Arcane didn't exist, because it's all stolen from Arcane. And that's the thing about like generative AI in general. It's always like, oh, it creates stuff. It can't create without the basis of something else already existing. It creates by stealing existing IP, the existing animations that Fortiche made, the art style that Fortiche worked so hard to develop that is extremely unique to Arcane. And again, random Seraphine in the background for some reason. And people in the comments are also tearing apart just like how bad it looks. They're like, LOL, she's called Jink now. Also, besides the many visual errors, illogical character placement, disappearing characters, useless shots, random fly, prompts that have clearly not produced the intended results, and slapping somebody with an inverted slap direction. AI slop garbage. So this is the storyline. Again, this is the one, right? We have Vi covering Jinx's mouth. Then they turn around, and then Vi is now in the background. And then now Jinx is standing alone, and there's a random fly. The random monster hands crawling towards the exit sign also make no sense because you don't see any other monsters. They're fighting Lux, who also did not show up in the show. So odd. So Seraphine fell over, and then she flops over into a different position. And other people are also adding, he didn't point it out, but when Vi gets stabbed, she has Jinx's body. And Caitlyn gets stabbed from the front, but Jinx didn't kill her. So again, this is when Vi gets stabbed, but these are Jinx's tattoos. She has these like blue cloud-like tattoos on her body. And another person says 300 mil, and it looks like crap. Expressions are the same over and over. The dialogue is horrible. There are tons of errors. The acting and in general, the whole thing looks like crap. And another person says, it looks like crap. And of course, Seraphine is once again a victim at the scene of the crime. And what is that referencing? Well, I made a video about this a while back, and if I remember, I'll link it in the comment section. But this is regarding the case of a different video that Wild Rift put out. So Wild Rift is the mobile game version of League of Legends. It's under the same like IP. And the Chinese segment of Wild Rift put out an AI generated video. And it got dogged on so bad by the internet because of just how bad it looked. Here we have Seraphine, AI Seraphine. Oh lord. Moving on, Ezreal's goggles aren't even. One goggle is really big, one lens is way larger than the other lens. Yasuo has one ear that is way bigger than his other ear, which I just thought was funny. The dancing, oh my gosh, it's so bad. It was so bad. Why they put it on the first place? Who knows, man. And people in the comments are saying, breathe, now scream. Because that was one of the lines from the video. It was like the most AI sounding like singing possible. And I had to mute it, unfortunately, for like copyright reasons. But it was like, breathe, now scream. In like the most robotic, high pitched. It was so bad. It was so bad. The memes. The way Seraphine is always involved with AI slop, DLS has 5 off, DLS has 5 on. And another person said the person who made this probably fed every single frame from Arcane to AI, by the way. And that is the most disrespectful thing because the studio that made Arcane, Fortiche, is quite against AI. Here we have an article posted by Esports GG written by Sophia Gumara and is titled Riot Games and Fortiche Criticize AI Versions of Arcane Characters, where it highlights Camelin, a former Fortiche Studios production assistant, commented on X, highlighting, I am profoundly opposed to this kind of approach. Our artists have worked hard for years to produce the most beautiful shots possible. To me, it's a huge lack of respect. And this was about a controversy regarding the Arcane poster on Netflix, which allegedly used AI to expand the sides of it, basically. And people were like, yo, why does it look all jacked up? And this is an article posted to PC Games, written by Lauren Bergen. This is also in 2024. But it goes down, and here we can see the response from a user called Riot Asterisk or Alex, highlighting, appreciate you for bringing this to our attention. We have a strict stance of no AI for anything relating to Arcane because it's disrespectful to the incredible artists who worked on the show. This image was a mistake and have since been removed. So again, both Riot Games and Fortiche have clear anti-AI stances. They want to respect the artists who work so hard to produce such beautiful animations, and people are just blatantly ripping it without any care in the world. Aye. So what are your thoughts on this entire situation? Have you seen Arcane? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? If you have not seen it, I highly recommend it. It's absolutely beautiful. I will say you don't need any knowledge of League of Legends to go watch Arcane. It is just a beautiful series in general, and it goes a step deeper than that. I'm just a big fan of it. There are so many Easter eggs built into the stories of Arcane in every single frame. And I don't want to spoil the show, right? But a couple of things that I could tell you that just go to show the incredible care the art team had in producing Arcane. There's a character Vi and the character Jinx, right? This is something that will be revealed really early on. It's not really spoiling anything, but Jinx as a child originally went by a different name, Powder. So the eye color of the characters in Arcane correspond to that. Another Easter egg that's really cool is they sneak Easter eggs into the frames of the animation. For the intro. The intro is not the same. Episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They look the same, but they're actually not. Depending on what's happening in the storyline, at the exact same moment, there will be something else happening in the frame. You can see here, episode 9's frame at this exact same moment, slightly different than the other ones. Same thing with episode 3. Here's another example. You can see again, the frames are just slightly different. Another Easter egg, right? Episode 7 versus episode 8 versus episode 9. The frames are slightly different. This is why I just personally find it so icky when IP in general is stolen for AI usage, but because there's so much thought and care and intention that goes into actual handmade work. the team at Fortiche put so much thought and care and effort into literally every single frame of the art piece. Every single decision that was made for the animated show was made with intent. And you can see it just like this. And there's so much more. My favorite one isn't even any of this. My favorite one is the dance scene. If you know, you know. But the frame rate for the dance scene is changed specifically to relate to a lore related aspect. It's beautiful. It is just a work of art. No other word besides art can be used really to describe this because it's so beautiful. Anyways, humongous fan. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. But this is just a show. AI cannot make the same. It's not the same. So anyways, if you like this video, I appreciate it. If you would like and subscribe, go watch Arcane. Check me out on Etsy or Coffee or on Twitch. I stream 3 days a week, Mondays and Saturdays at 6 p.m. or Thursdays at 7:30. So I hope to catch y'all there or in another video. Peace.